Hello, hello, and welcome to today's stream, which is Crystal Ball. I'm gonna try to be on for a bit longer today, maybe 2 hours. I'm just going to buffer for a moment whilst I share the live, so just bear with me. Hey, so just share the live. I will begin. Oh, okay, we have a few people in. Very nice. I'm very well, guys. I hope you are well. Yeah, something really strange did happen though. So we have Crystal Ball. I'll go over the cards in a moment. But something really strange happened recently. So I saw like a missing cat poster, and I'm sure it was in like a store here, like around this area, um, you know, this local area, and I I had this like thought when I was looking at it, like, oh, you're gonna find that cat, or find that cat, or something. It was just something strange, and I thought, Venus, I know you love cats. You can't go around finding cats. Like, you have things to do. You can't just find cats. Like, what a weird thought to have. And so obviously I just brushed the thought off, and I go on with my day, and then I live my life, and I kind of forgot about that. That was only like a couple of days ago. And then today, I I went out with my mother for a walk. We decided to walk around the park, and we turn into the park how we usually would, and we go a bit further past. Sometimes we go all the way around, sometimes we cut just before these trees. So instead of cutting before these trees, we carry on walking. And the trees, the like, two separate trees with like brambles and bushes around them, um, we were just kind of walking leisurely. Obviously, we like animals, we like wildlife, we're trying to just exercise. And I heard a meow, and I thought, you had, all different types of birds. You had dogs because people are walking their dogs, but you don't really hear cats in that park. And I felt like that was really strange. So we heard it a few times, and so we're walking around this tree, trying to gauge like where it's coming from, trying to find it, and I couldn't find it, and I'm so like, I don't know what else I could do, but I'm so sure there's a cat in there. Like maybe it's trapped, or maybe it's injured or something. I don't know, but I just couldn't get it. I just couldn't get it. Couldn't find it. But we heard it a few times, and it's just so unusual. And I feel like, why would I be guided there if I couldn't do more? I don't know. When you just feel like, okay, I'm helpless. Like, what could I do? But yeah, so I'm just really worried about the cat. Oh, and I saw fur, like a clump of white fur on like you know, some kind of spiky plant, like a nettle or something, where obviously it's caught the fur. So it's like there is a cat in there somewhere, but it's just really difficult to see it, to get to it. I don't know. I'm kind of upset that there's not. I'm upset that I couldn't find it. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't find the missing cat poster. I was like, I saw a missing cat poster a couple of days ago. So we walked past the shops on the way back to try to see if we could see the cat poster, and I couldn't see it, and I couldn't remember which shop it was in. So I was just so strange, like I'm going crazy. But yeah, I'm well. So let's see. AA is the first question with Ash's thoughts for Eliza today. Okay. The only thing I'm guessing today is like a couple of fleeting images. So like thinking of physical times, you physically and physical times together, but they're very fleeting. Flower Beauty, what happened between me and Sid? Okay. it feels a little bit like a loss of interest and change of direction. That's how it feels. Pooja says, when is a good time to travel to Mumbai? Between now and September is coming up. Wolfie Yatras, sorry, my pronunciation of names. Feelings for you, okay. There seems to be a heightening there. Like there seems to be kind of like a feeling a little bit deeper, feeling into my emotions a little bit more, maybe feeling a little bit closer and connected. So that's quite nice. Tamika, will I get the freelance visa for Italy? I guess a yes on that. Ankita says crystal ball, yay. Aniket, do you see I get an all Indian rank in CA final November 26 exams, please? Okay. I guess a yes on that as well, so that's good. I'll go over the cards now. I was chatting too much at the beginning, so we have love cards, we have unicorn cards, we have earth magic cards, we have spirit animal, it's a new one, we have druid wisdom, we do still have akashic as well, so you can choose from any of those as well. AA, is my health okay? My head feels heavy, I don't know why. If you're drawn to a card, you can pick it up as well. Okay. All right. Sending love, light, healing, and all the positive energies to you. But I'm getting quite a positive energy with health, so I would say yes. But let's also pull a spirit animal. Let's do a spirit animal. The skunk spirit. Know your worth. Know your worth. So yeah, self-love, maybe focusing on the solar plexus. If you do feel like you're not quite, just not quite as self-confident or your self-esteem isn't great, something like that, solar plexus is a good one, but knowing your worth, very, very important. Reflecto, I just came to pop in and say hi. It's 3 a.m. past 3 a.m. So unfortunately I can't stay, but hopefully next time. I'm so sorry. Hope to see you again soon. Nancy, hi there, I'm happy you're on. Please answer, is Brian and Steve involved with drugs and law enforcement? Is covering it up and helping them, okay? Because I didn't know on that actually. Pooja, the beach place that my guide told me to travel to in my message, was that Mumbai or some other place? I get a really strong energy of Mumbai. Ankita, current feelings of A towards me. There's positive feelings, but it's like so small. It's like care, and it's like kind of hoping you're okay and caring and things like that. But it just seems like so minimal. Wolfie, will my manager approve my festival leave if I plead him? I'm guessing a yes on that. So best of luck to you. And it gets a spirit message. I did say that there will be channeling today. I may do that tomorrow. I want to try and do like a longer crystal ball, so I may just do channeling tomorrow. We'll see. Tamika, will I make 28,000 euros the first year starting my hypnotherapy business in 1.5 years? I'm guessing a yes on that. Yeah, I'm going to do, so we're on, let me just check, the 6th of June now, so yeah, so do have 8 days still here, so I'm going to do as many member streams as I can, but I just kind of want, I don't know, it depends, we'll see how this goes, because sometimes I can really quiet down quite naturally after like an hour, so we'll see. But if you are new, I am Venus and this is Secret Frequencies, and I do readings like this on this channel all the time, so please do subscribe. Let me see. FileBT says, what will happen between me and SS? No contact, okay. It feels like a slow reconnection in maybe like a month or 5 weeks. Hello, Tom. Says hello to everybody and any card. Let's do Druid Wisdom for Tom. New one. Such your picture. Very nice. Welsh wildflowers. A blade of grass is as beautiful as a petal or leaf. A tender moment is as sweet as it is brief. Carry heather flower for maturity, growth, and change. So, heather flower. Very nice. Oh, Wolfie. Oracle card. I'll do a Druid Wisdom for Wolfie as well. And that's another nice picture there. Stone of Oban. Do not forget the importance of the company you keep. Friendship is a warm fire to stoke, its comfort we reap. Carry ocean jasper to ease anxiety and lift your spirit. Ocean jasper. I don't think I've had that one before. Ankita, will I and A reconcile? I'm guessing a low prominence, but not a no. Nancy. Oh yeah, sorry, I did answer that one. Ankita, will I meet A when he comes to the city this month? There's definitely a possibility of that. Unicorn for Wolfie. There we are. We have support. Ask for help, get more rest, nurture yourself. Tamika, will I get into an Italian university and do my master's in clinical psychology once I finish my other psychology degree? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Aniket says, how will my future spouse look? So I'm seeing like black hair, quite short. I'm seeing like a very slim nose is probably you know, a feature that stands out a little bit that you'd recognise. And I get like a really nice smile, you know, so I would say nice teeth, nice smile. I wouldn't say like a super toned, like super in shape person, but certainly also not like unhealthy, if that makes sense, like weight wise. Samaya, hello. Card of my choice for Samaya. Spirit animal. Turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Of course. Giving thanks. With the turkey spirit. Please like the video if you haven't liked it already. I greatly appreciate that. Pooja says, since traveling is super important for my journey ahead, I have been thinking of options to travel. Should I first travel to a spiritual retreat in Rishikesh or Mumbai? Okay. I do just get a stronger energy, a stronger draw to Mumbai, so I would say Mumbai. Ankita, will I get in trouble Monday regarding the report I was making, or I'll get time to complete it? I'm leaning towards a time to complete, so I'm really hopeful for you for that. Pooja, why am I being guided to travel to these places? It's a huge part is like the people you'll meet. That's a huge part. Tamika, what does my future husband work as a lawyer or entertainment arts or medical? Okay. I do lean much more to having some link to entertainment and arts, definitely. And Kita is trying to avoid doing things for me. How do I make her do? How do I make her do? Should I ask directly? Let's see. Yeah, I would definitely say ask directly. And Kita, how loving will be my future spouse towards me? What kind of person will he be? Okay. Yeah, I do get really loving and I get quite patient as well. Like this is not like a short-tempered person, so I do get like a patient energy. Pusha, I'm currently not working and hence no source of income, but I do have some savings that would be enough to take my first trip, or should I wait and save more money? Yeah, so there's a strong push to taking the first trip, and I think this is because getting the kind of feel for it, getting the momentum and the energy. I feel like that's more important. Getting a bit more money behind you, of course, is always a really good option. I don't think your guides would be upset if you took that route, but I feel like they just want the momentum a little there. Kevin, hello. Samaya, why I always feel stuck or stagnant, especially related to career. I easily get overwhelmed even with data courses. I'm either in the wrong career path. No, I would say no. I don't feel like I don't feel like you're in the wrong career path. I feel like that you will gravitate to the right kind of fit, like where you do fit eventually. Tamika, well, I talked to my future husband who's meant to be in Italy before I move to Italy, like online or phone or email. Excuse me. No, it feels more like first meeting would be person. But mom, hello. Anonymous homies. That is one eye just beside you, just satanic symbol. Definitely not satanic. And I think a lot of people who say satanic don't really know what Satanists are, you know. Eric, I don't know what that means. Kevin, would doing my MBA from NMIMS online be a good idea? How would my career growth look like if I do this degree? Yeah, I get a really positive energy with that. Like elevating your options. I should say elevating your options. Nancy, hi there. I'm happy you're on. Oh yeah, I did that one, guys. You don't need to repeat your questions. I do go in order of the chat. I do get behind sometimes, but as long as I have time to, I will get down to you. Amy, well, I went at the casino this morning. I think a yes on that. So best of luck to you, and it's nice to see you. Samaya, I'm now thinking of doing self-phase study over online course. If that would be good, would that be good for me? I'm not much happy with the online. Okay, so you're not happy with it. So okay, yeah, I am getting positive energy around changing. So go with your intuition on that. Saj girl, will it win 16,500? I'm getting a no on that. I'm sorry. Marcy, hello. Tamika, will I get the job at the intelligence agency in Melbourne? I'm guessing a no on that one, I'm sorry to say. Somebody says, how many job interviews do you see me attending before landing a job? Two or three. Mazzy, is Simba upset I didn't hang out with him yesterday? What are his current feelings towards me? I do feel like a little bit upset, but not not to the point of like changing permanently changing feelings. Good morning, Amy. Mazzy says, when do you see me getting a new better job? I would say 6 weeks. Card of my choice for Domini. I forgot to get my angel cards. I just realised, but let's do spirit animal. So you can have an armadillo spirit. Set healthy boundaries. So it's all about healthy boundaries, you know? Um, the armadillo has a bit of a guard up, you know, but yeah, it's for good purpose. So let's see. We'll do druid wisdom for Domini as well. There's your standing stone. Stones of memories. Memories of good days, laughter, tear, and sorrow. They'll be with you in dreams wake tomorrow. Leave nothing left unsaid. And wear lapis lazuli for spiritual guidance and initiations. Lapis lazuli, very nice. Kevin, how close and tapped in am I with my gifts to access Akashic records and maybe my past lives? I say like maybe 60 to 65%. Like you could open up a bit more. Pooja, how will my friend Twinkle, who is currently pregnant and living in Mumbai, feel if me and our other friend would ask her if we can stay with her when we travel there? I feel like I feel like if she really feels like there's enough space, that she will. I don't feel like there'll be any kind of other hesitation other than like, you know, yeah, let's I like timing and everything like that. I feel like she'll be very open. Just as long as she feels that there's enough space, I feel like yeah, you'll be able to do that. Mazzy A's current feelings towards me. A little bit distant, a little bit like out of sight, out of mind, I would say. This is for protection, just in case anybody is confused. This is basically like a evil eye, deflection. I don't know what the real name for it is, even though I do love it. I have a lot of like this. It's supposed to be like this, but it's just Dreamcatcher. Mazzy, why didn't Ronald reach out to me anymore? I felt hesitation in his energy. Why is he not interested anymore? Seems to be interest elsewhere, unfortunately. Kevin, any specific technique I'm getting guided to do to access my Akashic records? I'm guessing hypnosis. Pooja, what chakra energy I should be working on? I'm guessing root. Yagmore. Hello, can I ask Jack's current feelings for me? We are in contact. Hello and welcome. So it's lovely to see new people. So if you are new, I am Venus and this is Secret Frequencies. And we do readings like this on this channel all the time. So yeah, you can ask your questions for the crystal ball, or you can choose between the cards, love, unicorn, earth magic, spirit animal, and Akashic. Oh, and druid wisdom as well. So if you feel drawn to any of those, feel free to ask for them. But yeah, so Yamor the first. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. Jack's current feelings for me. Okay. There's definitely a bit of a magnetic attraction. There's definitely a desire to get to know you more, or to get to know you deeper, or to be in your life a little bit more, I would say. Far Beauty, um, always a pleasure to come and experience your gentle energy. Oh, lovely. It's lovely to have you. But Mom, can you ask why do I feel so successful worn out? What is it and what do I need to do to feel better? Okay. There does seem to be a bit of a spiritual link with this, but the main guidance I'm getting is like a physical cleanse. So maybe like a parasite cleanse or a detox, anything that's really going to cleanse the system. Kevin, so here's a card of my choice. I'm going to do Druid Wisdom again, but I think I'll do you two. So I'm going to do those trees on the lake. Very nice. Mirror visions. Are you dreaming or awake? There is more to reality than the one we are taught to take. Add a small dash of mugwort and mint to your tea for lucid dreams. Good tip. Good tip. So I'll do a love card for Kevin as well. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So we have a soulmate in. If you haven't liked the video yet, guys, please do like it. I greatly appreciate that. Samaya, what was my mother-in-law's thought when she got to know my husband received a job? We felt she was not happy with the news and she wanted her son to stay with her. Yeah, it feels a little bit like there's some happiness for it, for obviously for the benefits, but then also, yeah, I feel like there's sadness, there's unhappiness for it for what benefits it had. Yeah, so yes, I would kind of agree with that, but I think it's like it's a 50-50. Pooja, is a soulmate person a doctor or somewhere in the medical field? I think there's some link to the medical field, I would say. Mazzy, will I meet someone new and passionate in love this summer? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Samaya, what kind of job field do you see for me next? I keep getting confused about path. And most strongly, I do feel like you'll change your course and you'll do a job based on the change of course. I do think that. Kevin, should I be applying to other companies to get offer letter to then get paid more in Capgemini? I guess I'm gonna no on that one. Spirit animal for Pooja. Lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. Okay, so manifestation abilities with the lizard spirit. Connie, hi, do you see us moving to the Isle of Man? Nice to see you again. I feel like it's been a while. Do you see us moving to the Isle of Man? I get a yes on that. Mazzy, which chakra do I need to balance the most? I'm guessing solar plexus and heart pretty similarly. Mangala, what's my husband's thoughts and next actions? She feels kind of like disinterested, cutting contact, just being distracted, a distancing. Kevin, why did I feel more exhausted, angry, and don't want to do anything this week? Was there a spiritual reason for this? I feel more like it's. I feel more like you really need to take a little bit of a break. You need to have a little bit more rest time than you're having now. This could sometimes we get a lot of rest and we're like, I don't need more rest. But sometimes, it's the quality of sleep we have as well. So if you're not getting a really good quality sleep, you might find that you need more rest in the day, like just to rest. If if your sleep isn't too great. So I'd be mindful of that. Samina, hello. What chakras do I need to work on? Okay. I'm guessing like a little bit in the root, but it seems pretty good. The Batmom, Kevin, you and me both. Mazzy, does S not see me romantically only as friends? I'd say more so friends, but I wouldn't say there's no chance of romantic. Mazzy, when do you see me getting a new vehicle? I'd say within 2 months. Mangala, is he not happy with my marriage life? And if yes, why? With this marriage life, and if yes, why? I'm doing everything, but why he is not happy or satisfied? Okay. I definitely feel like it's more about him. Like, I feel like not really a great energy from this person. Like, I feel like kind of ungrateful, like, kind of fed up, kind of just littlest thing, like short temper, like the littlest thing would annoy me kind of energy. Samir says, why am I not feeling any love for anymore? What do you mean? Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Kevin, it's been too much this week. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I understand now. Yeah, it has though. Mazzy, is S already dating and talking to other women? It's a no on that. Samina, what exactly am I going through? Am I feeling normal what? Okay. I feel like you're in the last kind of stages of fully separating, fully releasing all cords. So I feel like, yeah, it is a lot. Um, Pooja, so should I take that leap of faith with whatever money I have currently with me for at least taking the first step? I would say so. I do feel like you're kind of being pushed, so yes. And Samina says, am I chasing energy of Aslan? I think you are still a little bit, but I think they're the chords that really need to release. Are we checked on that side girl again? No, I'm really sorry. Am I in love and healed? Says Samina. Yeah, I think you're healed, and I think you are healed, and I think you are aligned to your soul, but healing's like a constant journey, you know, and I don't meet too many people who aren't aligned with their soul, but I mean, I meet a few, but the main percentage is good. Mazzy, is Ace seeing or dating other women? I feel he's hiding something. And I guess a yes on that one. Pooja, is there a possibility of meeting the soulmate person during this trip to Mumbai? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Samina, how do you see my aura and energies? There's a little bit of weakness in your aura around kind of like heart, solar plexus area, but mostly I would say pretty good. Pretty good. Like I can tell that you do work on it, you know? Saskia says, will I win 1 million? I'm guessing no on that, I'm sorry to say. Mazzy, what is A hiding from me? I'm not getting anything specific come through. Is this something you're worried about? Kevin, when should I be talking to my parents about doing my masters properly, and should I do it this year or next year? The guidance feels to be like as soon as possible, like as soon as you can, but I don't feel like that's a negative guidance towards next year. I feel like it's just if you can do it this year, maybe you should try that. Akashic for Samina. So we have the Five of Scrolls, diversity. So diversity is all, of course, about, you know, tapping into all the realms that we're kind of able to do. You know, it's like how they say, you know, it could be a master of one trade or a jack of all trades, you know? Diversity is much more a jack of all trades kind of card, but it's a good thing. Like, not everybody's supposed to be just do one thing for their whole life and get really, really specifically amazing at that one thing and don't do anything else. Some of us are supposed to, you know, experience a few different things and flow a little bit, shift from thing to thing, move from thing to thing. We like to learn new things. We like to keep it going, mix it up a little bit, and that's like me. And I feel like maybe you could be similar like that as well. Often with the scrolls cards, it's more linked to like our study and our work path. So it's diversity like that. Like maybe you will do more than just one thing as a way to make money. You know. Marcy says angel. Yes, I do need to get the angels because I meant to do that. Oh, the box is empty. The box is empty. Where are they? I wanted to use these ones. Missing. Seems. Oh, no. I usually put the cards back in the boxes if I put them away, but sometimes I'll just stack them like in my little stacks like that, which I shouldn't do. So angel card from Mazzy. Chakra clearing. Chakra clearing. Archangel Metatron. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. Samina says, how can I protect my aura? Yeah, so you could just do general things like, you know, smudging, cleansing, vervain, anything like that. But you could also do like spells, protection spells, you know? Kevin, spirit animal. Fox spirit. Very nice. think on your feet. So yeah, they work well under pressure. um, fox spirit. I mean, if you get an animal, spirit animal, you can look it up a little bit more. But what I love about the fox is, the fox learns to be very discerning because it's just chased for no reason. It's hunted, for no reason, and kind of for sport. And it gets this energy of becoming very discerning of like, that's a negative person, that's a good person, this person's going to chase me, this person isn't, And I feel like the fox spirit's just, I just love the fox spirit. Well, there's any animal spirits that I don't like, but I have my favourites. Samina, do you see me going abroad by chance? Yes, I wouldn't say in this year, but I would say yes. Love card. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Okay, interesting. Tamika, am I still protected or do I need another protection spell? Your protection looks pretty good. Pooja, where can I find that job where I can earn and is aligned with my spiritual goals? It's coming through as like online, but I was trying to see if it was like you'll find it online or it'll be an online job. It's only finding it online. It won't be like a remote job. Samina says spirit animal. Mouse spirit. Pay attention to the small details. Or tend to the small things. Pay attention to the small details and tend to the small things. So not overlooking anything just because it's small, basically. The spirit, the mouse spirit. And the Batmom, what do I need to do to step up my healing? And is there something that can help me to help my loved ones instead of being a hindrance? Okay. Energy and frequencies are both coming through very, very strongly for healing you and for helping people around you as well. Energy and frequencies. So yeah, it could be just listening to frequencies. It could be going to sound baths and things like that. Even getting some sound healing instruments yourself, maybe something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm mainly seeing as energy and frequency. Tamika, well, I guess another dog, I want to call him or her Sushi. Well, and you need to. I'm guessing yes. Tara. Hello, welcome. Is my new rental property a positive, negative, or neutral in my life? I'm guessing more neutral. Saj Girl says, will I win 100,000? I'm guessing a no on that. I'm really sorry. Saj Girl says, is an alien watching me? But I do get a yes on that. Saj Girl says, will I ever win 16,500 this year? I do feel like there's a possibility of winning this year, but it just feels like a slightly smaller amount, like maybe 10,000. Mazzy, A's current feelings towards me. It just feels very disconnected. It feels very like not even really much there right now. Kevin, is there any specific spiritual technique practice or any clear I am being guided to work on this month? Okay. A clairvoyance. The Batman. Oh, these two are trolls. They ask the exact set of questions in almost every chat. Oh. I did remove a troll. Mazzy says Akashic. Okay, so you got the summer. So with these cards, there are 2 time frame cards in the deck. We have summer and winter, and of course the other one is autumn and spring. And what it is it's usually the thing that you're like most trying to manifest, the thing that's most on your mind, the most prominent thing that you're really trying to bring in, and it's a time frame of when that will manifest. So the thing that pops up first in your mind usually. And a love card as well, which is release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So just make sure we're not leaving any cords left there, you know, we're releasing everything, moving forward, fully, happily, intentionally. Oh no, I only really have bad options. I try to choose the least bad option. I'm so sorry about that. I know what it's like though. Mazzy, when do you see me getting a new vehicle? Feels like within 2 months. Kevin, for the assessing of my Akashic records and past life, should I be doing a guided meditation that can go into hypnosis, or maybe I should be listening to metronome and getting into hypnosis? I feel like there's positive energy on either way, you know. I feel like any way that you know any way that hypnosis might work for you a little bit better, but it doesn't feel like there's a negative on either of those. It feels like they both could be good. Connie, you're welcome. Tamika, do you see me becoming close to fluent or fluent in Italian? Okay. Yeah, I feel like a yes. Fluent enough. Mazzy, is A linked to anyone from my job? I guess a no on that. Kevin, will I be promoted to A5 or will it be B1 when I get my first proper promotion in Capgemini? I get A5. The bottom says, what state will I live the rest of my days? Okay. I'm not picking up anything too clear with that because I do see a move, but I don't really think the move is out of state. I don't think. I kind of feel like it's a bit close. But yeah, I don't want to be 100% confirming if that's not correct, but it seems pretty close. Samaya, I have created boundaries with my sister-in-law because she was draining my energy and only comes when she needed something from me and shows ungratefulness. Is this a good decision or am I wrong? Yeah, I'm guessing yes. I'm guessing kind of like support with you. Yagma, nice to meet you, Venus. The energy is sweet here. Can also ask, will I end the month of June successfully? This month is a bit busy for me. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So successfully. I'm guessing a yes. I'm guessing a yes with that. So hope that it's not too stressful or anything like that. Kevin, should I be seriously considering giving CFA level 1 exam and start preparing for it? I guess a yes on that. Saskia says, well, I went 100,000. I'm guessing a no on that. Matty says, is A-okay staying friends? I guess a yes on that. The bottom one, oh, Saskia, well, I went 50,000. I'm guessing a no on that, I'm sorry. The bottom one, maybe you won't win money, but you can work and make the money. Yeah, I think I do feel like you know, achievements are better than like winnings, but I don't know, I suppose you're leaving it down to like fate if you like gamble, I guess. Marcy, what are C's current feelings? This one seems pretty positive. There seems to be a bit of a like a heightening or amplifying of positive, more warmth kind of energies. Samina, do you see any negative eye on me or negative energies around me? No. And an angel card, okay? Samina. Brilliant idea! Archangel Uriel, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. Pooja, is there any progress in opening of my gift abilities from where I started and I cannot witness consciously? Yeah, I'm not really getting anything, but I think I don't really understand the question. So I don't know if maybe that's, if you could rephrase it, I might be able to get something. But an angel card for Pooja. Take back your power. Archangel Raziel. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings into your life. Mazzy, am I right to stay in CO? I feel I wasn't going to get the support needed back in CA from D. Am I right? I feel like you are right about that. Kevin, will I be able to get my answers, like what I should be doing and when I should be doing questions if I try accessing my Akashic records? Okay. Yeah, it's highly possible because if you're really focused, if you can get a good sense of scale and time on that, you might be able to see exactly where certain opportunities kind of come, like where certain paths branch off or decisions branch off. So yeah, you might be able to get that. Mazzy says spirit animal. Is that a giraffe? Oh. But you have turtle spirit. I love the giraffe. Turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. So yeah, you don't have to be at the front, you don't have to be fast, but you'll get there eventually. Massey, do you see me having my own place a year from now? Yes. And is A happier with his new person, or does he want me back? I wouldn't necessarily say happier. I feel like the happiness level is kind of similar, but I don't feel like they want me back, unfortunately. Pooja, I'm looking everywhere online for a remote job as well. When is the possibility to find the right fit for me? For a remote job? So what I saw was not remote, so let's see. For remote, I would say maybe 4 or 5 months. Tara, Venus, cute pajama outfit, I hope. That is because you took the day off. You need some day of rest. I've been catching up on sleep these days. It helps a lot. Oh my gosh, I had the most wonderful sleep last night. I had the best sleep. Yeah, so crazy. I had the best sleep. I did have a lie-in. It was great. I mean, this is a band t-shirt. It's not necessarily pajamas, but yeah, I do wear it as pajamas, to be fair. But yeah, I appreciate that. I am resting a bit more than allowing myself to rest when I need to and things like that. And oh, the sleep last night was great. I really think that's really helped because, yeah, getting back in the swing of sleep when you travel is usually very easy for me. Uh, Only since going back, sorry, back to the US from back to the UK from the US, have I noticed anything. Going there was fine. Going anywhere else has always been fine. My whole life, but coming back from the US just kind of did mess with me. But yeah, I had a great sleep. Thank you. Oh, thinking about it. It's like, I hope I sleep like that tonight. Kevin, between doing masters online and preparing for CFA exam, which would be better suited for me money wise? emotions and health-wise to do for the upcoming academic year, which is till June 2027. So masters online, preparing for exams. Okay. Yeah, I'm leaning to the exams. Leaning to the exams. Sad girl, will I win 50,000 this month? Guessing a no on that. I'm sorry to say. The Batmom, work on my energy and frequency. Okay, we'll look into figuring out how. Oh no, I'm sorry. I meant like energy and frequency work. So, it could be Reiki, it could be cleansers, it could be sound healing, it could be, you know, healing yourself, but with energy and frequency. So I hope that makes sense. Sorry about that. Nancy says, I feel active evil eye at work. How can I ward that off? You need to upkeep your protection, especially around your root chakra. So when people are trying to, well, if it's just from someone at work, it might not only go to the root chakra. Where it goes is kind of more dependent on what they want to mess up. So if they want to mess up your work life and your money, they would direct it at your root chakra. But yeah, you just really need to keep your protections and make them very strong. And I would suggest taking vervain to work with you. I usually have my vervain here, yes. So it's just a small, doesn't even go into focus. It's just a very small tincture, like a liquid. You can get a dried herb of it that you can make tea with, but it doesn't taste very nice. When you use the tincture, you only need to use like 3 drops, so you can't really taste it. So you drop like 3 drops into a drink, and that's really great for protecting you right away. So if I'm out in a public place and I feel an attack, I can drop this into my drink and it will work almost instantly. But you can upkeep your protections as well. You know, and we have our protection. It's leaked a little bit, but that's okay. Put it on me and I'll be protected. Yeah, so upkeeping our protection as well with like spells and things like that. Saj girl, will I win 10,000 this month? I'm guessing a no on that. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry. Is an alien going to abduct me? Seems actually possible. It seems like a possibility. You're going to have some kind of interaction. It might not be abduction. It might just be like interfacing with them, but yes. The Batman says, Saj girl, are you not going to win anything above 500? Oh, can be the case though. Tara, neutral is my favourite gear. Some of the big hills around here keep my truck coasting for a couple of kilometres. Gear? I didn't think, I thought everybody used automatic cars apart from here. So that's good to know. I have a kind of useless skill. Sajka, will I win 500 this month? 5,000, sorry. Seeing more of a possibility with 5,000, but it still seems quite low. I would still say maybe like 20-25%. And Pooja, if I tell my family that I'm going to travel, would they agree to it? I don't necessarily feel like agreeing, like being in agreement, but accepting, I would say yes. Tamika says, you might not see this, but thank you so much for the guidance. Oh, it's really, really lovely to have you here, and I'm glad that I did see that. I think that's because I'm trying to stream for a bit longer today, so. Mazzy, does Simba know Jess? I get a no on that one. Kevin, should I be making more boundaries at work so that I would be able to focus on my CFA preparation or entrance exam to get master's admission? I think a no on that. Oh, sorry if I said the wrong amount, I'm sorry. Yagma, thanks again, Venus. I wish you a lovely day. You too. Love, light and blessings. It's lovely to see new people. Mazzy, what are E's current feelings towards me and why hasn't he reached out? I actually feel like a softness and like quite a positive energy towards you. But this is another person where I feel like there's a distraction, there's priorities elsewhere, there's other people I'm more focused on right now. Kevin, If I go through hypnosis using metronome tonight and maybe tomorrow, how likely will I be to access my Akashic records? I feel like it will take you a little bit of a course, but I do feel positive on you getting there. So I would say maybe like a week and a half, something like that, maybe. Thank you, Tara. I appreciate that. Mazzy, will I invite me to A&S? Guessing a no on that, I'm sorry. But wonderful. Yeah, I hope you get some. Kevin, is there any best time for me to try hypnosis for accessing Akashic records? I feel more like it's not. So I don't necessarily feel like it's a better time. I feel more like it's consistency. So, you know, and that can be difficult, but it's like, you know, if you give yourself a window, like I'm usually free between these two times, between like 7 and 10, let's say, and I'll do it between that. You're not always going to be able to do it exactly dot on 7:30. Life just doesn't kind of give us that option really. But we can if we give ourselves a window, we can kind of try to fit it in between that and have some level of consistency, which is nice. Such girl says, well, I won 2,000. Seeing a higher chance on that, maybe like 30 or 40%. Pooja, since my guides are pushing me to travel to open up new ventures, is there anything work-wise they are pushing me towards currently that I haven't recognised yet? I would say no, because I don't necessarily feel like they're pushing you to something specific. I feel like there's something that you can do that will really support your spiritual life path, which will always kind of be an option that you can flow to when you're ready or when you realize what it is. But I also feel like the other option is just having something that's totally opposite to the spiritual life path just to support it. And I feel like in that case, they don't really mind what it is. They wouldn't really mind as long as you do keep time for your spiritual path, you know? Mazzy, does T have a crush on M? I think I know on that. Sag girl, I have interaction with an alien this month. I think yes on that. Oh my gosh. And I said I was going to do Starseed reading. Maybe we'd do that in a little bit. Pusha, I hope they won't make any scene around it. Same, I know. Because I feel it, because I feel like you are really kind of breaking free from, you know, expectations and things like that. So yeah, I hope it's not difficult. Saskia, will I interact with aliens in my waking life? I guess a yes on that as well. It's not as bad as it sounds. If you're lucky and you get, you know, there's a lot of positive aliens. In fact, I would say that the majority of negative aliens are human factions. Most aliens are positive. You know. And there's a reason for that, because the thing about evolving is, you know, we think on this earth, it's very materialistic, that evolution comes in the form of technology. So we completely ignore the fact that humans might have evolved, you know, maybe you don't agree with that, with your religious beliefs. I don't. I'm not fully glued to that idea, you know. But there is things do evolve. Things do certainly evolve, you know. Even if our DNA was like interchanged with other DNA, it doesn't mean that we're not going to go on and evolve eventually. That is something that happens. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, but the thing is, like, on this planet, we rarely see evolution as technological. Like, we feel like we're doing so good if we keep evolving technologically, but real advanced civilizations, like alien civilizations, the reason why they're advanced is because they evolve every aspect. So emotionally evolving, spiritually evolving. I mean, if you think about it, humans have emotionally evolved quite a lot, because we have some humans who are vegan and they won't eat anything that they know has like a nervous system. That is being emotionally evolved, because it's okay to understand that animals feel pain and still feeling like you can eat them as part of the the system. Like, I'm not judging anybody. I was a vegan for 10 years. I eat meat now. I'm not judging anybody. But I'm just saying, there's, you know, an animal wouldn't not attack another animal because it might feel pain, if that makes sense. So there is a level of our emotions can understand more than lower levels of consciousness on this planet can. And aliens keep evolving emotionally even beyond that. And they also evolve in their societies. So like we do the same thing. We have these leaders, they run the planet in a certain way, and we just keep voting for them, and that's all we do. We just vote, and new leaders come in, and we just keep repeating this process. They evolve in every aspect. Like the medicine evolves, the emotions evolve, the spirituality evolves, the tech evolves, but so do other things alongside that. That's like why I'm a huge proponent of spiritual evolution, because I think it's dangerous for tech to evolve this much and spirituality to evolve this much. I think the only way we can not be taken over in like a dystopian future with AI is if we evolve spiritually as much as we're evolving technologically. And I fear that humanity isn't doing that, and it does worry me. So most aliens who can come here have evolved in all areas. So that's why actually most negative abductions are actually, there's a faction of humans. I don't want to say government because I don't know, shadow government, Illuminati, whatever you want to say, but most negative abductions are them. There isn't really many negative ETs because it's very difficult to evolve to that level without evolving in every aspect. That's kind of why humanity's kind of stuck. So sorry to go off on a bit of a rant with that, or Matthew says, why is the weird around me at work? I don't really get much other than like a nervous energy. Kevin says we're prioritising completing CFA levels first while working in Capgemini, be better, and maybe then I can do master's degree in person. Yes, I guess a yes on that. Samina, so grateful for you, Venus, and you're always and answer our questions with great patience. Thank you. Attention and loving way. You are pure divine soul. You are blessings for us as well. Can't pay enough thanks. That's so sweet. Oh, I'm really, really glad when I'm able to catch you as well. Mazzy says Deborah's current feelings towards me. I wouldn't say, I would say like a little bit off, and I think there might be a misunderstanding, but it does feel a little bit off. But I think it's misunderstanding. I don't think you've actually done something wrong. Saj Girl, will I meet an alien in my room? Oh, okay. There's a note to that one. Tara says if someone has a useless skill, they just need to think really hard to find a use for the skill. Yeah, yeah, but I mean the skill of being able to drive a manual car. But well, you know, I don't know. I love classic cars, so like I actually prefer classic cars. So I guess it is a good skill for me because my last car was 2027, so it wasn't like really a classic car, but it was automatic. I guess I really want to go like so old that it has to have a manual. I don't know. I love old cars so much. So yeah, it's a good skill. You don't get many classic cars that are automatic. Depends what you view as classic, I guess. Sash Girl says, will the aliens look like huge eyes? So they're going to have huge eyes. Yes, some of them, most of them. Sash Girl says, is alien going to meet me in my backyard? I actually get more of a possibility with back garden, yes. Getting away from meat, that's good. Sajgal says, is everybody in my neighbourhood going to see an alien? Getting a no on that. Kevin, do you see maybe a mass amount of ETs coming in and meeting general public and that getting covered in social media? Any percentage or maybe timeline for that? Oh gosh, guys. I don't see. I don't really like to give my predictions about things like this because I feel like people that I associate with are a lot more optimistic than me because I just feel like so the American government wouldn't be talking about ETs if it wasn't for the files, you know? If it wasn't for the files, trying to distract people from the files, the American government would not be talking about aliens. And then, they came out with papers to say, to talk about a remote viewing, astral projection. There was even, I think, UFO footage in ages ago, years ago, and nobody really cared. It's like they can tell us anything, and we'll be like, okay. It's like the thing is, it's like I don't really believe in this fantastical idea that there would be this one huge disclosure where, like, I mean, I would love it if aliens came onto the TV with like presidents and world leaders and they all admitted everything. Like, I would love it. Like, this is one thing where, don't get me wrong when I'm saying this, I would love to be proved wrong. Please prove me wrong. I would love to, but I I just don't see it. I don't think there's going to be some huge disclosure where suddenly we're told the truth like we've never been told before. It's like all politicians and world leaders lie. Most things in the media are to distract you from other things, and I just don't trust. I don't trust government. I don't trust anything like that. I believe that disclosure is already happening and has already been happening for a long time. I believe that disclosure is one-on-one, is on a one-to-one basis, and I feel that when you meet an ET, when you see an ET, when you astral travel, when you lucid dream, when you have these spiritual experiences yourself, that is disclosure for you. Like, you're understanding that there's more to this, you're understanding more about the world, you're interfacing with other beings. Why do you need the government to tell you that that is real when you already experienced it? You don't. And I think that's the point that a lot of people are missing when it comes to I don't want to really rant about things like this because I just always think that these are the kind of things that channels get taken down for, but I think that people that I associate with have more trust in, or faith and trust in, like, humanity and the government and world leaders and tech people than I do, to be honest. I just don't see that. And people say in our lifetime as well. And I don't know. I wish, please, I would love to be wrong. I would love, this, I look into things all the time and I see things, and I oftentimes I want to be wrong. Oftentimes I'd be so much more happy if I was wrong, but Sajgal says, I was in an alien ship in my dream. Yeah, because our veil thins when we're in the dream space. Like, when we're in the dream space, when we're in a hypnagogic state, hypnopompic state, REM, like all these different kind of brainwave phases, the veil thins and we have these experiences and they are real, but when we try to remember them, they seem kind of jumbled, I think you're a starseed, Sajgal. I think it's positive intentions. Tara says you should be a politician. Well, this is the thing. I can't. I'm an anarchist. I've never voted in my life. I can't be a politician because it's like, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's like, but it's funny because it's like the only way to overcome the thing that I really hate would be to get a position in this thing that I really hate and just dismantle it from the inside, Yeah. Forget QAnon, we'll have Vianon, Venus. You know, Venus goes into power and she's dismantling it from the inside. Um, I don't know. It's so funny. I don't know. I mm, I just wish we didn't have politics. I wish we didn't have politics. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. Pooja, I have felt, oh, my favorite politician, I always say like the most honest person that went into Parliament was Guy Fawkes. I'm just going to start saying that he's my favorite politician. Guy Fawkes is my favorite. Guy Fawkes for president or prime minister. Pooja, I have felt my guides are stopping me time and again to work on anything other than spiritual work. I don't have clarity there. I don't get much success whenever I search for something. Oh, so do you mean if you try to focus on something that isn't your spiritual path, you feel like they try to bring you back to the spiritual path? Is that what you mean? Sashko says it's a good alien around me. Yeah, I really feel so. Don't get me wrong. When you raise up in your vibration, you begin interacting with spirits or extraterrestrials or anything like that. You can attract the negatives as well. So if you're opening up to like angels, interdimensional beings, aliens, you know, you can also attract more negative beings because they can. It's funny because negative beings usually very connected and linked to people who are doing negative things. So negative energy, if they're utilizing negative energies, doing negative things, then entities might try to attach. But they really focus on people who are doing super negative things because they can feed on that. But they also try to attack people who are going up too much because it's almost like trying to bring you back down. It's like they want people to feed off. They want people to have those. So the more you ascend, the less you can be fed off, if that makes sense. So they kind of try to bring people down. So you may encounter negative ones. I will be mindful, but you do have positive ones. Pooja, I was studying finance CA course, entirely recognized course, and I am good in numbers too, but I have been stopped to go in that area since my awakening. Oh, okay, I get you. Yeah. Um, I don't know, and it can be difficult. It really can be difficult to try to, because I mean, I worked in a health food store, and a lot of the people going in there were my kind of people. I would still get people like you guys coming in because people who care about their spirituality generally would be like, oh, well, I don't want fluoride toothpaste and I don't want to eat a load of sugar. I want to get some things. Want some supplements because I need my chlorella, my spirulina. It attracts a similar kind of people. So jobs like that might be good for you as well, where it's like it attracts a similar kind of people, even if it's slightly different. So like I really find like supplements and nutrition attract very similar people to spirituality. Mazzy is the one from work doing spell work on me, okay? I'm guessing a no on that, luckily. Rain, hello! Pooja, since then I'm struggling because nothing else makes sense to me. Oh, I'm really sorry to read that. I'm Sajka. Am I going to be an advanced human being when an alien visits me? So I'm guessing a no on that one. Rain, I have a bad migraine. Oh no. Is it because of the air pressure difference due to the coming typhoon, and how can I alleviate it? Okay. I am guessing a yes. So I am also guessing like a message of drinking, but sparkling water specifically. So I don't know why I'm guessing specifically sparkling. Tara, it's much more enjoyable to drive a 5-speed. I don't know, I guess. I love my old car so much, that was automatic. But I would definitely drive a manual car if it was like gorgeous. Like I love old man cars. Sag Girl, is an alien going to meet me in my yard? There is a possibility of that. Is the alien going to be a holographic in front of me? I guess a no on that one. Rain says, should I go to the social event at Papa John's tonight? I think a no on that. Sag Girl says, an alien going to appear for me to give me clarity? I think yes on that. Mazzy, has A seen my channel? Guessing a no on that. Upon I'm well, I hope you are well. Sag Girl, will it be nighttime when an alien appears to me? Yes, I get a yes on that. Tara says Pentagon released new photos a couple of weeks ago, some UFO sightings. I know, but like, isn't it interesting how we have so much more released from the government since AI has gotten better? Public AI has gotten better, because I totally believe that the technology they have is way beyond the technology that's released to us. But ever since like better AI has been released, because we've had AI for a while now, I guess, but since better AI has been released here, all of a sudden we're getting files, we're getting things released, you know? I don't know. I just think that, I don't know, like, it's difficult for me to talk about things like this because, you know, I'm trying to travel to America as much as possible. And the thing about going to America is, like, it seems like, from what I've read online, like, I was really worried at first because I really thought they might go through my social media or something, because I'd heard things like that online, and I was like, I've never been through customs like that. I've been to Mexico when I was very young, but I've only rarely been to Europe, so I didn't know, and I was a bit worried. And you know, when I googled it, it's like, as long as they don't see you as like an extremist, then you will be okay. And I'm like, what does America consider extreme? Like, I follow Julian Assange's wife on Twitter, you know, I had to unfollow that just in case, you know. It's like, but this is the thing, it's like, when we would get information through WikiLeaks, we kind of knew that it was real, but when we get it directly from the government, it's like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Aparna, when am I getting consistent paid bookings after I give free tarot readings, okay? Consistent, I do that a few months, like I would say at least 3. Sag Girl, is alien trying to steal my DNA? I guess a no on that. Is an alien going to take me away? I guess a no on that as well. Mazzy, what's all Z's current feelings towards me? I feel like this is a little bit kind of like neutral, a little bit kind of like so-so. Rain, Matsumi offered me an English teaching position on Wednesdays, but there's a class I want to take next Wednesday. Should I forgo the class to take the teaching position? Actually, I got a yes on that one. Tara says if an alien is going to visit you, it's probably going to be in a remote location. That's what most UFO encounter stories have in common. Bring your side on. I think the thing is, like, that's, of course, that's absolutely true for physical abductions, but that's the thing that I'm kind of, you know, in my kind of, where I am delving a little bit more into this and talking to a few more people who've had experiences and things like that, I feel like I'm really trying to get to the bottom of what is alien, what is government or human faction. You know, I just say government for the ease of it, but whatever you want to call it, Illuminati, you know, shadow government, whatever it is. I want to know what is human, what is not, what is and I think a lot of that does lie in positive and negative, of course, with negative being human, and also um, physical and non-physical. So that's another interesting point about the difference between mine and my mother's experiences. Most of them. Now we do believe now that I was abducted as a child, but the majority of my experiences have been purposeful and positive and not physical. So like astral and things like that. And they've always been positive, and I've always really felt like these are ETs. Um, so I feel like a lot of physical abductions, and not all, I'm not going to say all, but I do feel like a lot of physical abductions are government, or, practicing, new technology, practicing whatever. But I did see 2 UFOs the very last day of the Germany UFO conference, and oh my gosh, I wish I took a video, but I didn't get. I wasn't pointing it in the right place, and you see the crafts come in. You can see it. It's a short on my shorts, but the video doesn't show everything I saw. Oh my gosh. Um, Sag Girl, am I going to be alone when aliens visit me? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Am I going to be at someone else's house when an alien visits me? I get a no on that. Is the alien going to heal me mentally and physically? There could be some help with that. Rain, should I go to the calligraphy meditation event on the 13th with Maya? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Saskal, is the alien going to heal me? There could be some elements of healing, I do think. And do they want to get to know you? Okay. Yes, I guess a yes on that. Kevin, will I be getting my salary increased to around or more than 7 LPA if I get promoted this year around December? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Sashko says, am I going to be a channeler of the alien? It's possible. It's a possibility, yes. Rain, a card of my choice. Druid Wisdom. There's your picture. The Quiet House. A leaf breaks from its branch above and falls down gently before your path or on your path. Sometimes it's not what we need for ourselves, but how we can tend lovingly to another's home and hearth. Meditate on Three of Cups tarot cards and offer a hand to a friend in need. Very nice. Kind of keep thinking back to this cat. Don't know if I should go back and see if I can find the cat. Kind of want. I don't know. It's like, why would I hear it and not be able to find it? I don't know. Ella, hello and welcome. Mazzy, why is Kay reaching out again if he's still in love with me? What are his intentions towards me? I feel like it's kind of uncertain and undecided. I feel like a big thing is not wanting to close that communication channel entirely. You're welcome, Pusha, of course. Ella, Fatima's friendship energy towards me, okay? I do get a bit of like almost blaming you and feeling like you're you're in the wrong in a way. Like I just don't feel very positive with it, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say. Bye bad, hi Venus, how strong are my chances of success at promotion on team and selected from applications and interview? I would say up to like 70%. A love card for Rain. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Very nice. Ella, I feel like what happens is affecting her way of being a friend towards me. I don't think I should be accountable for. No, I don't either. I think it's totally misguided. I mean, it was her decision, her choice. Mazzy, I constantly feel Jay in my energy. Is she obsessed with me? Somewhat. I actually would say somewhat. Rain says this topic is very interesting to me. I like how passionate you are when you're talking about. Oh gosh, I'm yeah. If I'm talking about aliens or being anti-government, yeah, I'm a bit too passionate. That's why I'm like, would America view me as an extremist? I mean, because being I kind of see like the political spectrum as like this. So you have this is my left hand, this is my right hand. But if it's flipped to you guys, then I will say right and left. I see the political spectrum as being like that, and anarchy being like over here as like a solution to this problem. But technically, being an anarchist is like as far left as you can go. So technically, I'm like super super far left, according to everyone else. So I feel like that could be seen as extreme, because it's the furthest you can go. I don't agree with that. I don't want to even be associated with left or right, to be honest with you, or anywhere on the spectrum. But yeah, I am super passionate about aliens. Aliens and anarchy. Super passionate about. Ella, I will check your email, thank you. Such girl, will I be alone in someone else's house when an alien visits me? I'm guessing a no on that. Did I start going on about customs when I was talking about aliens? It's because I'm talking about the government as well, I mean, I don't think they would care about my alien opinions, but I don't know if they would care about my political opinions. And I feel kind of like my political opinions and my alien opinions are linked because the government lies about the aliens, So if you're saying you don't trust the government's aliens, then I don't know. I don't know what they think about that, Such girl, the alien is just going to appear and I'm going to be alone. Yes. Mazzy, did A only want a friends with benefit situation, or was he looking for something serious? I feel like the friends with benefit situation was kind of the main thing, but I feel like there was openness to something else. AA says, well, Asher and I meet today. I'll try to make it happen. I do get like under a 50% chance, but I still feel like there could be a chance because it's almost half and half. It's just under 50. Rate is sorry about Wednesdays next semester. Let me see if we still get a yes with that then. Yes, I do still get yes. Satchel says the alien going to talk to me. You could say talk, but it's more like telepathic communication. Rain says, should I drink more sparkling water in general, or just to alleviate pressure migraines? I am getting generally as well, which is interesting to me because I know, or I think that helps with blood pressure, but I didn't think about any other type of pressure, but I guess maybe. I mean, the balls do so. Such girl, am I going to be scared when I see an alien? I don't think so, because I think you are going to have some like dreams, meditation experiences, visions in your third eye, or in your mind's eye. I do feel like you're going to have a few things that are going to warm you up a little bit to it. An angel card for rain. Passion. Archangel Haniel, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Very nice. Sagittarius, are aliens? The aliens are slender with large eyes. It could just be an illusion. Yeah, but there is different types of aliens, but generally, most of them do tend to have bigger eyes than us. But there's tons of different types. Mazzy, did he tell anyone about my secrets? Can I trust him? I got a yes, trust. Tara says Stephen Greer has some interesting material. He's got lots of big news lately. I love Stephen Greer. I think Stephen Greer is really great. I would never say I 100% agree with everything that anyone says, but I do think Stephen Greer is really great. I think he's done a lot of great work. You know, yeah, I would love to meet Stephen Greer, maybe one day. It's funny, like, I don't know, there's not too many people who I'm really super interested in in this community, I guess. But when I say super interested, I mean like, or who I just love to meet, or I'd be like, oh my gosh. But for me, it's like people who I really think have hit enough nails on the head, or have been like big enough in terms of big enough's probably the wrong word, but said enough true things. Like, and when I say true, I don't think that, I'm not saying that everybody lies, but I think some people are just misinformed, or they kind of fall into the wrong path, you know. I think people who really stay on the ball and like they're getting a lot of good information and they continue to do that, I really appreciate people like that. So yeah, Stephen Greer is definitely one of those people, I would say. You know, and I'm not going to say that he's never been misled, or that he's never gotten anything wrong, or interpreted anything wrong, but for the most part, I think he's done like just such great things. Saskia says, I don't know where I'm going to be. Most likely your own space where you're comfortable. Tara Greer is blaming shadow government for most UFO. Yeah, and I agree. See, I do agree with that, because when people say, Stephen Greer says there are no negative ETs. I'm pretty sure he says there are no negative ETs. People think that's like, wow, how can that be possible? I feel like, but I feel like it could be possible. I feel like the reason why I didn't say all, I'm not like super, you know, firm on things like that, is because there's things about like Anunnaki or reptilian or things like that where I think there is something, like, especially with the reptilians, like Draco or whatever, like, I think there is something there, and you know, so I can't say none, but I think he's right, because for the most part, you have to evolve in all areas in order to evolve. You can't just evolve technologically and then go to all these different planets, because it's like Earth. We're only evolving technologically, which means, you know, anytime anyone makes um any real advancements, they're either killed because they're not in the right group, or they're, you know, whatever it might be, you know, these scientists who are working on things that the government doesn't really want us to have, like free energy, you know. It's like, yeah, of course, you know. It's not, we don't really do things. Now, I'm not as anti-capitalist as you might think from other things that I'm anti, you know, other things that I'm against. I'm really not very anti-capitalist, but there is a lot of the issues do stem from this money thing, you know. And I guess if like big companies who are already like billionaires and making billions constantly could no longer make billions, I guess that is a real threat to them, and I guess that, you know, they do need to make sure we don't get to that point. I don't know, but I don't know. I just think that huge advancements for the whole of humanity is worth so much more than any amount of money, and I just think if someone was going to hinder our evolution for stupid reasons like that, you know, it's like we can still buy things if we don't pay for energy. Why don't you just put all your money into something else, you know? Um, I don't know. But Sag Girl, what does it mean when you say I'm not going to be at someone else's house or alone? I think it just I really just think you will be in uh like kind of like a safe place where you spend a lot of time. Rain, this is Cass. Yeah, so I was talking about the Cass at the very beginning of the stream. So sorry, you weren't here, but so I saw a missing cat poster. I saw a missing cat poster, and I had this weird thing in my head that was like, "You're going to find that cat." And then I thought, Venus, you can't go around finding cats. Like, you have things to do. Like, where would you even begin to look for a cat? Like, that's crazy. So of course, I carry on with my life. This was a couple of days ago, and then this earlier today, I, went to my mother, and I said, let's go for a walk. Come on, let's go for. So we went for a walk around the park, and we're walking, and we go the long way around instead of cutting through this kind of shortcut. And this shortcut that we cut through usually just before these trees. So we go past the shortcut, and there's like two trees, or big trees, and there's like loads of brambles and like thorns and stuff around the trees. And I don't know why. I must have heard the meow before and then walked over to. I heard a meow and I'm like, so I heard a lot of different bird noises in this park. There's tons of different birds. Maybe in areas closer to lakes, you might hear ducks and things like that. Squirrels don't really make noises, but I don't think, but they do have squirrels there. But a cat, just hearing a meow at this park was like strange to me. I was like, I don't usually hear cats here. So I was like, I think there's a cat in there. So we start moving closer to her, and I'm like hearing this meow again, and um I was just convinced. I saw fur, like white fur on one of the thorns as well, and the cat in the picture was white, like a long-haired cat. And I was thinking, maybe that cat like lived near the park and it escaped, and it maybe it got caught. Maybe it's a collar is caught or something on the branches, and it's just caught. Maybe it needs help. So I'm trying to find this cat because I'm like, oh my gosh, if this cat actually needs help, I need to help this cat. We just couldn't find it. We looked, and I'm trying to get it to meow as well, which I don't know. I was like Googling, do cats meow more when they're in pain or if they're trapped or anything like that? And it can depend, because I think it could depend on like how much energy they have, how long they've been there for. And generally generally they wouldn't. And I don't know if that's because if they're injured and they meow, a predator could take advantage. I don't know if they're quieter if they're caught because they think that they might be being eaten or something, or whatever animals think. Um, so I don't know, but I feel bad, and I'm like, should I go back because it's going to be light for a bit longer. It's going to be light for about another hour, and I just don't know. I feel like if I walk past her again and I hear meowing again, I don't know. See, I just feel bad because to me it's like I heard a meow, I saw a fur, I saw a picture of a missing cat, but there's still nothing I could do. I tried to find it, I couldn't find it. I don't know. But when you don't find it, you're like, what? You feel like you could have done more. Sajka, will aliens spend more than 5 minutes with me? Yes. And has the alien put a chip in me? Yes, I guess a yes. If you want to see an alien, buy a telescope and a handheld laser. Do you do CE5? Do you do CE5? Because when I first did it, I got so paranoid that the UFO that I saw was just a plane that I didn't shine the laser because I'm like, what if I shine a laser at a plane? Are you allowed to do that? I think that's illegal. So I didn't shine the laser. And then I did see a plane way further along in the sky. I was like obviously what I saw wasn't a plane. I know what planes look like. I've saw planes millions of times. Obviously that's a plane. Obviously what I saw wasn't a plane. But you just doubt yourself. When you see something, you doubt yourself. Even if you know what a plane looks like. Mazzy says, is KK scared of losing me? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Spirit animal for rain. Eagle spirit. Eagle. Spirit has your back. Very nice. Kevin, if I stay in Capgemini and try to complete my CFA level 1 and 2, by when do you see me getting at least 25 LPA salary? The end of next year? Mazzy, does Jay know I don't like her anymore? No. Ella, is her friendship sincere towards me? I feel like she thinks it is, but I just feel like there's a selfishness energy. And some people who are really selfish don't really realize they are. You know, it's like they put themselves first without even thinking about it. Saj, am I going to be at work when an alien visits me? Again, no with that one. Rain, would it be possible for Dad to get pension from the Japanese government? I guess a yes on that. The cards today are Angel, Love, Unicorn, Earth Magic, Druid Wisdom, Acacia, and Spirit Animal. Shaw 1111, hello. Saj Girl, am I going to be in the realm of sleep when an alien visits me? Hopefully we all get to see them. Yes, for the most part, in the beginning especially, I would say yes. Mazzy, I feel A was spying on me, am I right? Guessing a no on that actually. Kevin, I had to choose a module in SAP to master and build experience on it. Which one should it be? SAP, FICO, MMSD, RBA, Business Warehouse and Analytics. So if I had to choose one module, which one would it be? Okay, let me just look at those for a moment. I'm guessing MM comes through strongest. Mazzy, how to ward off a negative group of co-workers doing work on me, am I right? Yeah, so I definitely would say upkeeping and protection. I definitely would say vervain and things like that. Even dropping a bit of tea tree around the actual place, like the workplace, could be good. The alien's probably going to say hi to me. Hopefully, it should be polite. Angel message for Shaw. You know what to do, Archangel Uriel. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Very nice. Mazzy, is KK keeping in communication with me for the right reasons or no? I guess a yes on that. Rain, I take daily turmeric pills, but I read yesterday it can contribute to liver failure. Is it still okay to take the turmeric pills until they run out? Yes, and I do feel like the benefits of turmeric are much more than the negatives, if that makes sense. Like I think that you're much more likely to have healing effects with turmeric than anything negative. Sure, will Chimney Sharma higher self connect with me? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Will I and Chinmay be together as life partners with each other in 3D in this lifetime? It's a possibility, but it doesn't seem like a really strong possibility. Tara, I like what he does, but still not sure if he's a secret agent or not. Oh, you talking about Julian Assange? Who's the secret agent? Ah. um, Firebird, did Scorpio and Mr. W also meet to hang out this week? Guessing yes on that. Sag Girl, is an alien communicating with me now telepathic? Yes. Show you images? Yes, they could do that. Yes. And will it return after one encounter? Yes. Rain says, hope you find the cat, and Anna says, you did your best. I know, I just feel like maybe I could just have one little extra look before the sun goes down. Where is the chip in me? Sag girl. And behind your eye. They would do it for tracking or to see certain things. So some of the chips will be to have like a easy way to find you, but sometimes they can be in certain places where they might give information about certain like hormones or chemicals, or anything in the body where they can kind of observe. So even when they're not there, they don't have to operate on you. They can kind of observe anything you're going through or how things are affecting you by just looking at the chip. Card of my choice for Mazzy. Let's do unicorn. Hope. Stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. So I'm going to jump off in a moment. So I'm going to scroll down and just have a look at anyone who hasn't had very many. So if you're new, you haven't had many questions answered, I will answer a couple of your questions before I go. So Rain, would my friend Asakura be a good match for my friend Hazuki? I guess a yes on that. Tara, a guy in Canada got criminal charges for pointing a laser at a police airplane. Big change, endangering an officer's life. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be dangerous to do so. Hi, Bad. Did Mr. W have involvement in putting a job advert for promotion together or launching it? I guess a no on that. Rain, would it be possible for my dad to get a pension from the Japanese government retroactively? I'm guessing a no on that one. Tara and I have shined a laser at the sky plenty of times. I don't really do CE5, I just like lasers and telescopes. Yeah. And I mean, CE5 is just kind of like Stephen Greer's own, like, kind of more structured protocol for it, where you do like a certain meditation and you do a certain, I think, play certain sounds. But I think that if you just skywatch for long enough yourself, I feel like you will see them, I think it's the thing for me is like, so many people will say like, well, I've never seen a UFO, and I say, well, how often do you skywatch at night? Or even in a day? How often do you skywatch? And they're like, I don't. And it's like, well, when do you expect to see the UFO then? When do you expect to see it? Where do you expect to see it? On your TV, I guess, maybe, if that's all you're looking at. Anna, love, lights and blessings. Oh, Gria. I don't think so. I really don't think so, to be honest. I really don't. I think the thing is like, I definitely notice how much better my detection of like if someone's lying, if someone's fake, if someone's like whatever. I do notice how much more in tune that is when I'm in person with someone. So maybe if I was in the same like vicinity, maybe if I got a vibe, I would have to just be honest with myself and be like, okay, you really like this person, but you have to be honest, But yeah, I think that I don't think so, and I still feel like I have quite a good sense for that, but I would say it's much stronger when you meet someone. It's much stronger in person. Have a conversation with someone, especially in person. I think the sense is stronger, but I personally don't think that about Greer. Um, but I would totally understand why you would think that. I'm sure, is my intuition saying that Shimni Sharma is destined to be my spouse, or it's just my wish? It does feel a bit more like it's a wish, it really does, I'm sorry to say. Firebird, what does higher boss or H suspects is going on between Scorpio and Miss W? Nothing, nothing. Rain, you're welcome. Ah, Rain! I got the lemon super sticker! Ah, that's my favourite, thank you so much. I love lemons. I wish they could speak. I disconnected just when I was saying how much I love lemons. Um, yeah, but moving to a high, so you say here I don't drink or smoke and want to move to a higher level. You certainly do have to look after your body in order to move to a high level. Of course, it's all about mind, body, and spirit, but it's much more about the type of person. Okay, so the type of person that you are now. One thing that I don't really like is when people are like such, they act like they're such good people because like they'll give to a charity or they'll care about causes in the world, you know, they'll give money to causes or talk about causes or share things about causes. But when you're with them in person, they're not quite as like empathetic, heart on the sleeve kind of person as you would expect. And personally for me, I just feel like being a good person, being really in tune, and being a good person isn't being a pushover as well. So of course there's difficulty to it because you have to be like super super nice, but you also can't be. You have to be nice to yourself as well. You can't be walked over or taken advantage of as well because that's not nice, you know. Um, and it's not healing for anybody, yourself or the person who's just using you, you know. So, but I feel like being a good person is rarely where the vibration raises the highest. You know, it's not about like, well, I would never ever drink or smoke for like 10 years. I must be like at my highest vibration. If you're actually, you see, sometimes I use, and this might come as a shock to some people, but sometimes I use fluoride toothpaste. Oh my gosh, how could she? But but there was a guy who I met in Germany, and he was very like, you know, he wanted to be very spiritually grown, and he wanted to be really great, and he didn't drink, he didn't smoke, he didn't do anything. Like he even claimed he was a breatharian, but he wasn't because he ate tons of meals with us. But you know, if he was like, um, um, you know, just basically like just trying to say that he was like the best, like the healthiest, you know, in his best energy in every way. Um, but still, he judged me for having fluoride in my toothpaste, and I think, you know, what is better than being like a top pinnacle of like physical health, if that's what you are, is being a nice person, you know? I would never, I would never read the ingredients of something someone had and judge them for having it. It's like, yeah, there's tons of bad ingredients that we really should be looking out for and not using. But at the end of the day, don't judge people for it, you know? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I just think that being a good person is much higher vibration than being perfect in other ways, you know. You're welcome, of course you're welcome. But that was all just because Sag Girl said they don't drink or smoke and want to move to a higher level. So I am sorry for that rant, but I just think that being a good person is more important. Rain says, sorry, last question. Will there be point in taking the migraine medication now that's already there? I feel like yes, actually. I do feel like yes. Tara says he rarely pushes C5 trips and cruises. He says some things that make him think twice about believing him. I mean, he's made a lot of money, and I think he likes money, you know. But so do I. Like, you know, and not to the point where I would say things. Like, don't get me wrong, I would never do anything or say anything or push anything just to make money. But I do think that maybe some of his thing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say anything negative in that respect, but I don't know. I haven't really, and I haven't seen too much about Stephen Greer since for a long time. For a long time, even when C5 became like a big thing, I did it, but I didn't really like get back into catching up on any. Like I've seen documentaries he's done, but I don't rarely follow him. Like I think I am following him. Like I've clicked follow on like Facebook or something, but I don't like go looking for things he's done. Or I don't watch anything about him on YouTube or anything like that. But I just get a good vibe when I have. Um, Shaw says universe message. Let's do a love card. So we have love yourself first. Your self respect makes you more romantically attractive. Be some work on solar plexus and heart for self love first, maybe. Um, Saskia says we need fluoride. Yeah, and this is the thing is fluoride actually is, I'm sorry, but is good for your teeth in small amounts. The bad thing is them putting fluoride in our drinking water. Why do we need to add that? We don't need to add that. It's like I would rather brush my teeth with fluoride and then spit it out in the sink than be downing like tons of fluoride in water. Like this is where the priorities are. It's like if you're okay, so you're not having fluoride toothpaste, which is the one place where it really does matter, but you're going to drink water in any restaurant or establishment that you go to. You're going to buy ice from the stores. You're going to, drink some bottled waters or just like normal water. They have fluoride in, like our tap water. It's like if you're really concerned about fluoride, you should drink from like maybe natural springs, and maybe you should care more about where you're drinking water from than what you're brushing your teeth with, because what you're brushing your teeth with is probably the smallest amount of fluoride that you're getting. That's the scary thing, not the fact that there's fluoride in toothpaste. Sajgal says, I'm still sinning. Um, I mean, well, what do you mean by sinning? What do you mean by that? See, I think sinning as well, like to call things sinning, like if you're talking about drinking and smoking, I just don't know. I just don't think we should be calling things like this sinning. I think that if 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 willpower and self-control were taught in schools to children, that drugs and alcohol wouldn't even be a problem and smoking wouldn't be a problem, because I think that the problem comes in the inability to moderate and the addictive tendencies and habit forming tendencies, because if you can drink like once every 3 months, have a good time, and then chill off it for a while, what's the problem? There's no problem. The problem comes when either we we drink too much in one go, which, okay, yeah, then you're going to be sick, or we drink too often, where that's worse than being sick. It's long-term health problems and just not good. And I think that moderation is the main thing. I mean, but a sin to me is like murder, deceiving. I think, if you want to eat too much food one day and you want to eat a load of chocolate, you know, do it. Do it. Do you want to have a glass of wine one day? Do it. Be a good person. don't murder, you know, don't steal. Steal, that's like the basic rules, like don't steal. If you're stealing anything from someone, whether it's their rights or their autonomy, their consent, or physical items, don't steal. Don't steal, and we will all be okay. That should be the only rule, is don't steal from other people. If I have something, don't steal it from me. And if you have something, I won't steal it from you, including my life, including my decisions and choices, you know. Anna, I'm at risk of redundancy, but I may be an error. What does the ball say? Do you mean it might be an error that you're at risk of redundancy? Tara, I'm on my rental property now. I'm still living in my truck, but it's comfortable. The property has a few tenants. It's 3 acres right on a well-maintained highway. It's a good place to park. Well, that's great. That's great. Yeah. I mean, if it's a nice place, live there, I guess. I'm just so missing travel right now. It's like I only have to be here. I was supposed to be here for like 3.5 weeks, but then I stayed in Germany for a week, so I'm only here for 2.5 weeks. It still feels like forever. I have like 8 days left here until I go to Bosnia, and it still feels like forever. Sashkal says, this the eye examiner put a microchip behind my eye. I don't know what you mean by that, sorry, but Tara, everybody likes money. Greer should have lots of money. You should hear a story about Boogosphere, yes, because Sean Bond and Yasser, who were at the LA event. Yeah, the LA event. They work with him and Apollo as well. They work a little bit with Stephen Greer and with this sphere as well. So I should be getting updated on that. I should be looking into the things that they're putting out there. So yeah, I do need to keep up to date with that, because I need to keep up to date in general, because I just don't. I don't watch other people's videos. I don't really read anything anybody else puts, rarely. But then I go to the conference and I'm like, I don't know hardly any of these people speaking at the conference, and it's like, that's why, because you don't watch anything. Like, maybe you should. But I'm just really like, I guess I've fallen into the like wind down with comedy kind of thing for a long time now. I used to, but then again, if it's like about the human brain, or about like, yeah, like physics, or like the human brain, I love documentaries like that. I get really engrossed in things like that, but not so much about the spiritual or awakening community at the moment, or disclosure community. Rain says you're a true nomad. Me? Oh yeah. I think I'm meant to live that life, you know? Safaric means traveler, in case anybody didn't know. But yeah, I think I'm supposed to live that life. Tara, there are many negatives to this property as well. We'll see how it works out. I'm sorry to hear that, but hopefully better than the last place. Sashgal says, did the doctor giving me an eye exam install a microchip behind my eye? Got a no on that. Don't worry. You can ask whatever you want, really. I think it's just, I should be jumping off in a moment. My risk of redundancy notice from work may be a process error, so I'll wonder if the ball thinks I'll... Okay. Yeah, I am definitely leaning more towards you not being made redundant, so that's good. Best of luck to you. I'm leaning more towards you not being, so... But yes, so I'm going to jump off now. I think I'm going to go to the park, to be honest, just really quickly. If I can just hear the meow again, then I may try to save this cat. So yeah, but I might jump back on. I don't have too much to do. I've done quite a lot. I'm very caught up. It's 8:45. It's 8:45 though. So I might do. I'll never say never. But if not, I'll be on tomorrow with a I should do a members stream tomorrow, so I think I might do a members channeling and Starseed reading, maybe. I might do something like that. So yeah. So love, light, and blessings to each of you. I really, really hope to see you soon. And if you are a member, please look out for tomorrow.